I've been around finance, as I've said, a lot of decades, whatever. I've never seen a field just rife with misconduct and people trying to run outside of the law when they're actually under the law.
I guess the frustration, I think, not so much from the industry, which would like to believe it doesn't need regulation in some cases, is
well, that was Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto wrote this 8-page paper. Whomever she was or he was wrote that 8-page paper on Halloween night in the middle of the financial crisis. This is the 15th anniversary of Lehman Brothers. But if you had run this conference in 6 weeks, on Halloween in 6 weeks will be the 15th anniversary of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper.
And yet here we are, we don't really have a handle on it.
And we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto was.
No, and probably never will.
As the Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. You know that, right? Blessed are the peacemakers. I made peace. Remember, Hillary said, he will take us into war. No, I took us out of all these wars. I got us out of Syria, got us out of Iraq. I protected Israel. They would have been in a big problem. But I'll be your peacemaker, and I am the only candidate who can make this promise to you. I will prevent World War III. We are very close to world.
To provide a level playing field for American workers.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
You guys are 7 years behind, so we use different calendar. Basically, we use Gregorian calendar. Can I see the calendar on your phone? Right now in Ethiopia, it is February 7th, 2010, but on my calendar, it is February 14th, 2018.
Here is something interesting. I've actually traveled back in time to 2015. How, you may ask? Well, Ethiopia is currently 7 years behind the rest of the world, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. So how and why does the Ethiopian calendar differ to the rest of the world?
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China. But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling back. Don't forget we have CME opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market, and then once yields start moving in the morning, it's going to move the market again. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. On Friday, we had yield rates moving up. Also, the dollar on Friday was down. We have volume in crypto right now was down. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo is coming down, guys, 1.4 trillion. We know Janet Yellen is tapping that to put back the federal retirement funds that she took to pump the market. Remember, Jerome Powell already told us that Janet Yellen is pulling from the repo. And then, guys, we have Jerome Powell in the House this week. And you know I'm going to be bringing you that video. We already know what he's going to say, data dependent. And we see inflation across the globe coming down, but still high. And we know it's corporate greed. It doesn't matter what industry you go to, you have a handful of people that control everything. Everything now is a monopoly. And speaking of monopolies, we have Gary Gensler. And don't forget, he stated the banking system was a monopoly. So when it comes to these crypto projects, they'll use your technology, but you're not going to be allowed to take it over. But it's funny how we go back to dates, guys. We have Gary Gensler going over the white paper of Bitcoin coming out on October 31st, the middle of the banking crisis. We had Lehman Brothers fall, 15-year anniversary. Guys, all these dates are selected. And also today ends the new year. And we know it's 2015, not 2023. And remember, guys, this is biblical. Do not fall for the devil's tricks. Remember, he's going to speak against the Most High, change the dates and times. And we're down the children of the Most High. But guess what, guys? We not wore down. We are studying and working in the lab. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $21.9 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have FTX reopens claims portal following security incident. And we know FTX is going to start selling, I think it's anywhere from 100 to 200 million a week that they can sell. Also, we have Base Network hits almost 2 million transactions in a day, but still lags behind Polygon and Binance Smart Chain. Now we have Hong Kong Central Bank warns against crypto firms using banking terms. And basically they're saying the same thing in the United States, the same way the FDIC does not protect crypto funds, the same way their banks are not going to protect the crypto funds. But guys, we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. Eventually they will. And we know that Hong Kong is nothing but a straw man of China. We know these digital assets are definitely the future. The fourth industrial revolution is starting to pick up. In 2024 and 2025, we are all going to see our life change if the masses don't wake up. And giving you the proof of that, of course, guys, is Trump. Trump is always bringing you the truth, stating that he's the only one that can stop the drums of beating, and then also giving us the truth in the previous video that I played of him telling you that these electric vehicles are made in China. We know Elon Musk Tesla gets Chinese subsidies, guys, but we know why these auto workers are going to be out of business, because they don't want individual ownership of cars in the fourth industrial revolution. Guys, we already know the plan. And like I stated, Trump signed the law for no steering wheel and no pedal. That, of course, means no human is going to be driving that car. That is common sense. But when you add in cryptocurrency, blockchain, smart contracts, these machines will be able to run cars without a human being. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York. COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.